My guest today is Jürgen Kremer. He's director of TUI China. For those of you who are not familiar with the TUI part of the name, they are probably the largest travel company in the world currently.
Yes, I think so.
Mm-hmm. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
It's new to me that there is a TUI China. So could you tell us when was it started and what is it doing?
TUI China exists already since December 2003. The office was officially opened on the 1st of December. And what we are doing is, the biggest part at the moment is the inbound business from other countries to China. We have another department which is taking care of MICE and cruise business. Third department which is taking care of the expats living in China who want to travel either in China or to surrounding countries. And the fourth part is the outbound business. I say inbound at the moment is the most important part because about 70% of our total business volume is coming from the inbound. But that will probably change in the future because the Chinese market as a source market for travel to Europe or other countries is definitely becoming more and more important.
And you are here in United States to promote, I imagine, business outbound USA to China.
That is correct, yes. The US market is a very interesting market for us, and we would like to get into this market. However, it's not that easy. In Europe, everybody knows the brand name TUI, so we are quite popular there. In the US, it's a different thing, and many persons working in the travel industry, they do not know TUI because the US is important for TUI as a destination, but it's not important as a source market.
Also, there have been a lot of established inbound tour companies, China-based ones with sales offices here, China International Travels, or all the different varieties of China travel service. What was the reception the last few days at this exhibition?
Until now, the reception was quite good, I would say. There are still companies that are interested in cooperating with us. I think one of our advantages is, of course, that we have a combination of Western staff and Chinese staff. Most of the big Chinese companies like CITS or CTS, or a joint venture partner, by the way, or CYTS, they only have Chinese staff. And I still think that Westerners can understand the travel wishes of Westerners better than Chinese people. Even if they are working in the travel industry since a long time, of course they know approximately what their clients want, but I think that we understand it a little bit better. We is the combination of Westerners and Chinese in our company.
In terms of pricing, obviously you had your set pricing for European currencies. And when you came here, was that just pretty much a straight translation over to the US dollar, or?
Even in Europe, we normally quote in US dollar for most of our clients. So we did not have to change much. There are very few clients that want to have quotes in euro. Because traditionally it has always been US dollar, they don't want to change. And also our competitors, they usually quote in US dollar, so it's easier for our clients to compare the rates if we both quote in US dollars.
Had there been two price lists for the European market versus US market in general? I'm not referring to TUI China, but...
I don't know about the other companies, but I don't think, we do not have that. We have the same prices for the same service. However, very often US travelers tend to travel a bit more upmarket. The Europeans, especially some countries like, for example, France, they usually travel in 3 or 3 to 4 star hotels, whereas US clients either travel in good, normally at least, good 4-star hotels or 5-star or 5-star plus hotels. So of course the rates will probably be a bit higher because there is a difference in the rate between a 3-star hotel and a 5-star hotel. But it's not because it's another country, but it's because it's another service, a better service.
Are you expecting or pursuing more groups and FITs?
Yes. At the moment, it's still a fact that the volume of our clients is coming from groups. The volume is coming from serious groups who usually do the classical round trips, Beijing, Xi'an, Shanghai, or Beijing, Xi'an, Yangtze, Shanghai, maybe Guilin, and maybe Hong Kong. That is the volume. We even chartered a boat on the Yangtze River because the business is quite good, and like this we can first get better rates because we take all the risk for selling the ship, of course, and also we can guarantee the quality on the ship better and the schedule, and we can guarantee that there is a departure. It's a 4-star boat. But the FIT part is growing very quickly. I think that the clients who did not dare to travel to China on their own maybe 5 years ago, they have lost this respect of China. They think, okay, China is another country. It's a country where we do not understand the language. It's a country where we cannot read that much. But still, maybe because there are a lot of reports about China in the media, they don't want to travel with a group. They want to travel alone. So they do it alone. They book whatever they like. We have tailor-made programs for everything. We can book a full package with a national guide from wherever they arrive, Beijing, and then 3 weeks in China. Or sometimes that's one thing that we do, of course, but we can also book what we call mini packages. Sometimes clients only book hotel and long-distance transportation, no guide, nothing else.
What's happened, I presume you've had immediate reaction from the European market, where most of your volume comes from, but all this coverage on the global media about the quality of the food in not only the grocery markets, but at the restaurants in China. Have people been calling in and asking what are our clients eating when they travel with TUI China?
No, we did not have any calls about that.
So let me ask, what, I saw all of those, so in particular CNN had a correspondent there that was saying some things about, he wouldn't go to the restaurants. Would you say people would have concerns? Is this something you've addressed anyways?
We check our the restaurants that we use for our clients regularly, and also we only use restaurants that are appointed by the Tourist Organization of China. So there should be no problem. Of course, we are not experts, but they are controlled, the restaurants, and I do not think that there are any problems in the restaurants that we use. Should we see any problems, even minor problems like hygienic problems or whatever, we would change the restaurant immediately.
Are you based in China?
Yes.
So you're still going out and eating at the restaurants, is what you're saying?
Yes, of course.
Okay. On the business travel side in China, what kind of special things do people generally request and you provide?
We, in general, do not provide business travel in China because there are the established large business travel companies, and we would not be able to deliver these services. We are just not. We are a leisure travel company, and we sometimes have, of course, business travelers, but that's not the rule. These business travelers, they book like hotel plus transfer with us, or sometimes they book an interpreter. This we can do. We can do visa service, but we could not work like a business travel company. We don't do that.
And did you mention you do some conferences?
We do some conferences, yes, but at the moment only smaller conferences, and usually now mostly incentive groups traveling to China. We have founded a new department in our company at the beginning of the year. Before, we tried to handle it in the normal inbound departments, but that was possible until we had reached a certain volume. But these incentive groups, their expectations are very high. The workload is quite intensive, and it caused a lot of disruption in our workflow when it was still handled in the normal inbound department. So now we established a new department which is taking care of that.
And the total number of guest passengers you've handled last year?
Last year it should have been around 15,000 clients, inbound clients. This year it will be much more. We hope and think that we will have around 25,000 clients.
And this is more the internal growth of your different divisions around the world, integrating the China product into yours, or just the promotions?
No, this has not. I mean, this has not very much to do with the TUI group, because, of course, many companies of the TUI group work with us, but there are other companies of the TUI group, World of TUI, that do not work with us, or that only work with us with a small percentage of their clients. It was growing for several reasons. First thing is, China is a very popular destination, so business in general to China is growing immensely this year. The second reason is that, of course, like that, the World of TUI companies were also growing. But the third reason is that we found quite a lot of clients that are not in the World of TUI, mostly new clients.
Jürgen, thank you very much. I think you'll probably find a lot of success in the U.S. Like you say, you know what you're doing. So if you deliver, I'm sure you'll be successful. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, I hope that we will have success in the U.S., and we are trying our best. We are trying all the time to develop new products. We are offering the classical tours in China, but we also offer some very special trips in China, and of course we do everything the clients wish, tailor-made or not.
Well, we'll follow up with you, and you'll tell us about those news and special things. We'll be interested in learning and passing it on.
I will let you know.
Thank you,
very much.
Jürgen.